Hey Ro, welcome, welcome. I was just uploading the slide deck right there.
Hey, hey.
All right, guys. So Ro is going to be talking about $300 million in sales that he's done in only 8 years. So I'm super, super, super excited. So give us one more moment. So while we are waiting for a little bit, in the chat box, can you guys tell us where you are coming from? Where are you right now? Okay, I see Portland, Florida, Las Vegas, Rose, by the way, in San Francisco, New Jersey, South Carolina, nice, Tennessee, Washington, Canada. I mean, bro, look at all those people from everywhere across the country, across the world. Look at that, Orlando, New York. Are you seeing that, Ro? Ro, go ahead and either unmute or hold on to the
Yeah,
one
if anyone
button.
wants to ask any questions before we get started, let's rock. Let's do it. I'm excited.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, Riz, I could hear you inside of my computer now, so that's perfect.
So close. We can hear you, I think, right? Audience, can we hear you? Raise your hands if you can hear Ro.
Yeah, I see a lot of hands going up.
All right, there we go. There we go. This is live. So let's go. Let's go.
All
All
right,
right.
let's do it. Let's do it. Hey, good morning, everybody from EXP. So happy to be here joining you guys today. This is crazy. It's Friday, 10:35 a.m. where I am here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Super stoked to be here and be able to share a couple ideas and thoughts with you guys. So we'll do a Q&A after the initial talk with Rizwana. So please, if you guys have any questions, just hold on to them for a couple minutes so we could get those answered for you guys. I have a hard stop at I want to say probably about 11:15, maybe a little bit sooner. But I'm happy to chat with you all.
All right, awesome. So I was just telling them, Ro, that they probably know you from the Bravo's $1 Million Listing Agent San Francisco.
Yeah.
You were amazing in that. I mean, oh my gosh, loved that show. Who else watched the $1 Million Listing San Francisco? Raise your hands, please. Let me see those hands go up. Look at that, Ro. Look at those hands. Virtually, right?
Yeah, that's
Pretty
crazy.
amazing. And then I was also telling them that, you are renowned locally and globally with multicultural, multilingual. I mean, you know more languages than I do. I thought I was good with
Nah.
three. All right. So again, Rose speaks about 4 or 5 languages: English, Farsi, Dari, Arabic, and of course, I'm sure he's learning more languages as he grows more globally here. So I was just telling them that you worked with venture capitalists, hedge fund managers, founders of companies, C-suite executives, foreign investors, athletes, folks in the entertainment industry, developers, and clients unfamiliar with San Francisco Bay Area. And so you literally do A to Z, start to finish, with the whole process with any client that you work with. So I wanted to ask you, Ro, what are
Yeah.
some of the hurdles that you overcame coming here to the United States?
Before I touch on that, I just want to let everybody know that's in the audience right now that's listening to us for everything that she just mentioned that I'm doing and how I'm doing it and stuff like that. I'm 100% open to share what I'm doing and how I'm doing it so you guys could do it in your respective markets. So hold on to those questions for sure. I came here as a refugee in the mid 80s from the country of Afghanistan, which is located in Southeast Asia. So my mom, my dad, my older brother, and myself, we were like many other people that are probably listening right now. Came over here with pretty difficult situations. We were smuggled out of the country of Afghanistan because there was a war going on during the former USSR, and it was pretty much fight or flight, right? We were either going to be there in a country where turmoil was happening, or my parents were going to figure out another way for us to get out and create some opportunity. So we were able to get smuggled out of the country, which costed quite a bit of money. We paid some Sherpas, and we were taken over the Pakistani mountain range into Pakistan. So it took about 8 days and 8 nights. My mom was breastfeeding me at the time. It kind of goes to show you what age group I was in, and she literally ran out of breast milk at the time. So it was super scary. It was a very interesting time for everybody in their lives, and we ended up having to stay in a Pakistani refugee camp with probably countless amounts of other people, and we were there for I think maybe about 8 or 9 months. So my mom's parents, they were able to get sponsorship and come over to the States, so they ended up sponsoring us. Very interesting situation is it's possible no one here would have ever even known me because the day that we got our sponsorship approved to come to the United States of America, the day before that, our sponsorship was approved to go to Munich, Germany. So very, very interesting thing, but for whatever reason, God always has a plan. We ended up getting the sponsorship literally the next day to come to the States. And obviously, because my mom wanted to be close to her parents and all of her brothers and sisters and everybody else, we ended up coming here to the San Francisco Bay Area. We moved to a city called San Mateo, which if any of you guys have ever been here to the area, we were there for a little while, and then we moved over to a city called Fremont in the East Bay. And yeah, long story short.
I mean, what an incredible, incredible story. I mean, I don't know many of us who went through that because I think, Ro, maybe we came here at the same time as refugees in the 80s, maybe. um,
Refugees, let's
Refugees
go.
in the house, right? Refugees in the house, right? But yeah, I mean, we also came here to own these opportunities. So you guys have so many opportunities, and I'm so excited that Ro is so open to share his experiences and his um, willingness for you guys to also thrive and not just survive. So now going into that, let's pick Ro's brain, right? Let's go. Um, Ro, what's your favorite lead generation sources to get clients?
Okay. So my absolute 150% favorite source of getting new business buyers and sellers is on pause right now, and that's open houses. Okay. Some of you may be thinking, oh my God, there's no possible way that open houses is going to create that much business and be the chief driving force of an entire business. But in reality, I could promise you 100% it is because of two reasons. The way that I work the open house. Some agents and stuff are fond on doing these mega open houses where you rent a taco truck and an ice cream station and you market it 3 weeks in advance and all that stuff. I never did any of that. But what I did do is this. I made 250 handwritten notes, okay? And what I would do is before the open house, 3 hours before the open house, every single day I would do the open house, I would go and I would knock every door next door. And I would tell them, hey, such and such neighbor over here is moving away. If you wanted to reach out to them and say goodbye, they're moving to blank. And it's a good opportunity for you guys to say, bye. And, we've marketed the house. We got it staged. It's prepped. It's ready to go. I'm having open house Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 4 both days. Come on by, take a look at the house. Maybe if you have any friends, family, anyone that you want to be in the neighborhood, this is a great opportunity for you to get them in the neighborhood to live next to you. So now it went from being a cold solicited knock on the door to oh man, yeah, we really like, Frank and Jackie. We definitely want to say bye to them. Oh man, I want to see their house. Because most likely the people that are coming over to the open house, they're all neighbors, right? A lot of neighbors come by. We know that. We call them looky-loos, but it is what it is. So when they would come by, I would chat them up and they would see how we presented the property and our marketing details and everything that we've done. And they like that proactive approach of, hey man, this guy came and knocked on my door, got me here to the house. We're not thinking about selling now, but maybe 2 years from now, when we do decide to sell, we're going to reach out to this guy or girl because they did such an amazing job. So it's kind of like an incognito interview. You just interviewed for a listing without having to do a full-on listing pitch by showing an example of what you could do and how you do it. So 250 handwritten cards to all the neighbors before the open houses, get people over to the open house. And then for all the potential people that would be walking into the open house, whether they're single or couples or people with babies or whatever the case may be, I would immediately go and introduce myself to them, learn one of their names, use their name immediately while they're walking through the house, give them all individualized personal attention as much as you possibly can, and then let them roam free. Don't be a hound, right? And then when they come back with actual real deal questions, you don't give them your card ever. Never, 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 never give somebody your card. What you do is you pull out your cell phone and you say, hey, give me your contact information, first name, last name, cell phone, best email, and I'm going to put you into my phone right now, and I'll reach back out to you after the open house today. That way you're in control of the conversation. You never leave it up to them to reach out to you, because more than likely they will never reach out to you. So always take control of the follow-up steps. So that's how you're going to be super successful when you're working the open house. And don't feel like you need to have so many bells and whistles and food and drinks and catering and all that type of good stuff. The house speaks for itself, so that's why they're going to be coming there, because of your beautiful photos that you've taken. Always take beautiful professional photos for the house to get people through the front door. And then when they get there, that's when you work them and you build the actual relationship. I've worked with open houses where literally I've gotten calls 6 years later saying, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but you had this house over on Ralston, and as they start speaking, then maybe I'll remember them. But that is how you work the connection. Put them on your email database after you've captured their data, and you should send them out 33 touches every single year. Every 12 days, you should have a beautiful newsletter that's action-packed with fun, excitement, parks, recreation, travel. It should have real estate. It should have updates. It should have what's going on within the business sector, the stock world. It should have all those different points inside of there. So you are the knowledge broker. You are the provider when people want to do anything real estate related, and they know that you're not a one-trick pony. They know that you're a super well-rounded individual that knows the micro and the macroeconomic system, and that's how you're going to do a lot better. I create my newsletter myself, Michelle. I can't take that out to other people just because it's just going to make me too nervous to do that.
Oh, I 100% agree. I do the same thing. I do my own as well, because I know what I want to put in there and I know how I speak, so I don't know how anyone else will speak for me. That's a really, really good point there, Ro. So that is your number one thing, right? So
Yes, so I cannot wait till open houses open back up, guys. But what I'm doing in the meantime is I'm working the different social avenues, the email database that I've built up. I have about 4,500 people on there right now. Working the phone a lot, doing a lot of cold calling. I use Mojo Dialer. I don't know if you guys are using a dialing system, but I use Mojo Dialer. I do circle prospecting with different areas that I've sold in, different houses that I brought onto the market or I'm closing. And I call, text, email, and I use a video platform called One Mob. And that's what I do: video recorded messages, pre-recorded messages on video. 30 seconds, 60 seconds, and I send them out via text or email, because you always want to put a face to the name, right? Not everyone's going to remember us. They have busy lives. So when you're calling and texting and leaving a voicemail message and leaving a one mob video, it's a four-prong approach. Yeah, you're going to find One Mob in the App Store. And anyone who mentions me because of One Mob, I'm going to get you a big discount, because I've been a firm advocate for them for years, ever since their beta program. So so contact me or get in touch with me so I could put you in touch with One Mob, because it's a pretty amazing platform.
Absolutely. And so going with that, what is your typical day look like? What do you do so you don't burn yourself out?
That's a very good question. Lately, since the pandemic started, I started playing golf. Now, many of you guys are probably, avid players and you've been playing for years and stuff like that. But for myself, anytime I pick something up new, I really, really, really want to get good at it. So I'm on 22 rounds so far. Hopefully, if it doesn't rain this afternoon, I'm going to play my 23rd round. I only play 9 holes because I only have time for about an hour or hour and a half to knock out the course. So, that's what I do recently, just to not burn out. I built a home gym inside of my garage ever since the pandemic started as well. So I work out, hopefully twice a day. I do the cardio in the morning and I do the weights and everything like that in the afternoon after the day is done. But so let me give you an idea on kind of what my day looks like. So I have my calendar open right now, so I'll kind of just go over what today is going to look like, just to give you an idea on, rough scale what every day looks like. So today being Friday, so I wake up before the sun rises, right? First and foremost win that I would like to do for the day is beat the sun up. So when I wake up before the sun rises, that's when I have my spiritual time, my metaphysical time. So I'll wake up, I'll do the morning prayer. After that, I'll do a calm meditation. I don't know if you guys have Calm, but it's an amazing app that I use. It's a meditation app. So I'll do a calm meditation. It takes about 10 to 12 minutes to do the calm meditation. So after I do the calm meditation, then I'll do a platform. It's an app. It's called Elevate. So Elevate is to make me smarter. It's one of the most amazing apps that I got when the pandemic started and we were just stuck at home. So I get Elevate and I knock out an Elevate session for the day, and that usually takes about 10 minutes as well. Elevate is going to just push you to your highest limits with your vocabulary, with your mathematics, with how brightly and how quickly you could think. It's just amazing. So definitely get that if you guys have not had a chance to check that out, Elevate. So then after that, I'm just pulling up my calendar here for today. Okay, so before I would have to, get the kids up, get them ready for school, get them fed, get them dressed, and drop them off. But because we're doing homeschooling now, which a lot of other parents out there are, that made that aspect a lot easier. So today, Friday, we have both the Silicon Valley, which is like Palo Alto, Menlo Park, Atherton, Woodside Brokers Tour, but Brokers Tour is canceled, so I can't do that anymore. And then, so otherwise I would do that from basically 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So because that's canceled, I have buyer showings after this call all the way until Friday prayer. So I go to Friday prayer on Fridays at the mosque. That starts at 1:15 and it ends about 2 o'clock. So I'll go do that. My third appointment for today is going to be at 3 p.m. So basically the day starts with beating the sun up, get into the office, check, revise, see what's going on with contracts, see what's going on with the whiteboard that I have in front of me at all times, finding out what's going on within the transactions, who's moved on to the next stages, what hurdles do we have right now that we're trying to overcome, what's going on with lending, what's going on with title, just figuring out what's going on with the business. After figuring out what's going on with the business, then I do follow up and follow back on people that I said I'm going to send a CMA to, getting everything ready for potential listing appointments that we're going on to for the day. Just common business, right? Getting everything moving forward. And then within that, most of the time, it's really bad to say this, but, lunch, sometimes I miss lunch all the time, actually. So I'll end up having to just stop at like Jamba Juice and get a smoothie and in a twist or something like that, and just keep on going. I find that I'm inside of the car often, just going from site to site, from property to property. And, it's really hard to do that because I don't have a driver, and the Bay Area landscape is, it's pretty big. We don't live in a dense urban city environment where I could get a driver so I could continue just doing work from the back. But that probably inevitably at one point or another, that's what I want to do. So yeah, so I'm just driving around. I'm going to appointments. I'm doing listing presentations. I'm doing buyer consultations. I try to slowly wind down the day by 5, 6 p.m. And when I do that, when I get home, I really don't want to do any more calls, texts, emails, computer work, business work. When I get home, I have basically from, let's just say 6 p.m. until, 9 p.m. when we put the kids down, just to spend good quality time with them, check how the day went, what do they work on, what do they not work on, just, reading, getting stuff ready for their bedtimes, brushing their teeth, getting them ready to go. That's literally just quality family time. And, I would not, for anyone that's out there listening, I would not let anything business-wise interfere with that, because, when things are good at home and you're running on 100% at home and your spouse is happy and your kids are happy and everyone's just doing really, really good at home, you're going to perform, in your best light at work. When it comes to your presentations and when it comes to dealing with other people, you really, really, really have to put a separating boundary on your time. Like when Rizwana called me first thing this morning, that's when I was feeding the kids and spending our morning time together. That's when we turn on the Sonos and we put the Disney music on and we're all dancing and laughing and eating breakfast and stuff like that together. That is really, really important to do, because these kids are not going to remember, oh, my dad, was a real estate agent or my mom was a real estate agent. They're going to worry about how much time you spent with them and how much quality time it was. And Did you fulfill their emotional needs, and or did you not? You know, that's what they're going to worry about. They don't know anything about money. They don't know that you have a mortgage and car payments and clients that are very difficult to deal with. They don't care about any of that. They don't know about any of that. They don't need to know about any of that. So we as humans, we just have to focus on priorities, right? And for me, the family, the wife and the kids are big time priority. And and I really set the boundaries when I'm doing the buyer's consultation or when I'm doing the listing appointment. Um, I make sure that the clients know, like, hey, look, I'm human just like you, and I need you to respect my time just like I respect your time. So unless you have something that's super pressing and urgent, you know, don't give me a late night call, text, or email. Like we could handle that the next day in the morning, you know, during business hours.
Definitely, boundaries are so important. I know a lot of us burn ourselves out. I mean, you don't want it to be, if you have kids or family, where that's what you were known for, like never spend time with us, just always on the go, go, go. So, really, really good points, Ro. Amazing there. So, I just want to ask you, um, if you were a new agent in 2020, what would you do to break into the real estate market, and especially in luxury?
Okay. So let's first and foremost, let's get off of the concept of luxury. Okay. And many people ask me that question all the time. Oh, bro, how do I break into the luxury? How do I break into the luxury? The only thing you and I need to focus on when it comes to real estate is one very simple word. And that word is called volume. Volume. I'll repeat it again. Volume. So when you are working, I don't care if you're selling one $20 million property once a year and never doing any more business. That's not how you get paid. You need to have a very consistent flow of business every single month. 1 to 3 to 4 transactions a month. That might be really low for a lot of people that are listening right now. But for me in the Bay Area, if I'm doing 4 deals a month, holy, you know what? That's a lot of volume, okay? Because our price points are higher over here. I don't focus on luxury. If I do a big pounder here and there, that's fantastic. That's just an addition. That's icing on the cake. But my main goal and focus is do $100 million in business every single year. The only way that I'm going to do that is by volume. So for many of us, get off of the concept of, oh my God, I need to be the $5 million plus agent or the 7 million plus, 10 million plus agent. You don't need to be that. If you do those deals, that's great. But you need to focus on having such a pipeline of business that there's 40 people in that pipeline. So every single month, there is 1 to 4 transactions popping. So the average price for Amy, because she just answered the question. So last year, my average price point was 3.1 million. Now that's pretty, awesome. But being super conservative, the average price point is going to be probably 1.6 for me. So, getting to 100 million is going to be 33 transactions for me if I'm doing the 3.1. But if I'm doing the 1.6, obviously, as you can imagine, it's going to be a lot more. So you're finding great clients to work with that are going to take your advice for you to be able to do a healthy amount of volume, so your numbers could go up, so you could pay your people more money, and so you could make more money net after everything's all said and done. Yes, absolutely. I use a transaction coordinator. She's pretty much full time. So breaking into luxury is not my specialty, and I can't really tell you how to do that exactly. What I could tell you is this: if you build relationships with the right people, naturally the demographic of their price point to buy or sell is going to go up. Okay? So if you want to consider that to be breaking into the luxury, I would say that is the most fantastic way that you could break into the luxury. Do one deal that you provide 5-star service with somebody, and they become the biggest advocate for you. So when they go to their next birthday party or dinner party or whatever, or invite a lot of people over to the house that you help them get, they tell people, oh my God, you should definitely use, Alyssa. because she was just a stellar agent. And now, because they're in that higher price point category, they know other people that are in the higher price point category. So then you have one more chance at potentially doing a higher deal. And then you slowly start doing that and start steamrolling that. And then 5 years later, yeah, you're known for having a higher dollar per square foot, price point than other agents. And you're known as a quote unquote luxury agent. You know what I mean?
Right. So let's just say you just got into real estate, you just got your license today. What would you do to get business as a brand new agent in this COVID environment?
Okay, if I'm a brand new agent and I just got licensed yesterday, this is what I'm gonna do because I'm very strategic and focused when it comes to doing anything, right? First and foremost, what I'm gonna do is this. One, I'm gonna research the companies that are in my specific market. Century 21s and Remax and Coldwell Banker and EXP and Sotheby's and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So I'm going to pull up all the companies that are located in my area where I want to potentially work. I'm going to go onto their website and I'm going to pull up every single agent one by one. I'm going to read their entire bio and then I'm going to see what type of sales they're doing, what price points of sales they're doing, and what locations the sales are happening in. Then I'm going to make a list of my top 20 out of every single company in my area, every agent, whatever. And then I'm going to put together a really beautiful proposition on why I would be able to come and join that team and help out with that production. I would never ask them what they could do for me, how big of an opportunity this is for me, how much training and coaching and mentoring I'm going to be able to get from them, how I'm going to pick their brain. Agents that are producing do not give a you-know-what about you. All they care about is how are you going to help this business, this brand grow. So when you're talking about me, that's an immediate delete this person. This person is never going to have a chance. So what you and I have to do is think about, okay, what specific skills, tangible skills have I built throughout college or past work experience or etc. that is going to help me help them. And I'm going to put together either a PowerPoint or I'm going to put together a beautiful document saying, hey, these are the areas that I specialize in. I started working on Photoshop for the last year and I'm a semi-pro when it comes to Photoshop. I really know social media. I really know video and YouTube. I really know how to do branding campaigns because I did that at my past job. You need to find out, why does Sally need you? Why are you going to be a beneficial person for her in her life to take work off of her plate, bring in more new buyers and new sellers than anybody else, and do a really stellar job doing that? So if you're doing that, and you're brand new, I would bring you onto my team and I would say, hey, wow, you're amazing. You know this, and this, and this. Yeah, we totally suck at that. We don't know how to do that at all. And you know how to do it. Wow, great. Why don't you come over and, give us an example for the next 30 days on how you could do that for us. And if it works after 30 days, we'll consider continuing. And if it doesn't, then we part ways. So you have basically a 30-day trial where you work for free and you add more value than anybody else. And then that person says, oh my God, this person's indispensable. I'm never going to find someone like this again. And I want this person to be on my team now. So if you're thinking otherwise, where you're going to break into the market on your own, that's just a dead end. We know that because 87% of the people that get licensed, they don't even make it to year one. 87% fail rate, guys. 90% fail rate to year 5. So if you're trying to do this on your own, you don't need to do it on your own. Okay? So, mentors are fantastic, coaching's fantastic, training is fantastic, but some people have quote unquote it and other people don't have it, and that's why this is a huge fail rate. So it's a really tough business. You're on 100% commission. So, if you're have family to take care of and you have all these other responsibilities and you're trying to make it as an individual and agent, that's really, really difficult. Okay? really difficult. So just be careful and be aware of that.
Right, and that's a good point too, right? Like your tribe is how you thrive, right? So you have to put yourself out there and, show that tribe that yes, I belong there, right? So that's really, really good points there. And if you don't find, say, top 20 agents in your market with your brokerage or whoever you're with, then you be that top person, right? Follow Ro's advice. He knows what he's talking about. So going forward, Ro, what have you done to set yourself apart from the competition? Because, there's so many realtors in your area and so many other prospective markets out there.
Apart from my good looks and this amazing beard, I don't know. That's all I've done. So, um, look, the market here is crazy. Like in San Francisco alone, there's 6,000 agents. In the East Bay, there's another 6,000 agents. In Silicon Valley, there's another 4,000 agents. So throughout the Bay Area, just think about the Bay Area as a whole, there's easily 20,000 real estate agents that somebody could, pick up the phone and talk to. Okay, look at that, 55,000 in Toronto. So for anyone, me, you, any one of us, the only way that you're going to set yourself apart is not by recreating the wheel. Okay, real estate is real estate, guys. We help buyers and sellers when they're transitioning their life. We're there to help them locate a property, do the due diligence, do the inspections, make sure that they're covered legally, and help them get a great deal on a house. That's what we do, guys. Okay, so let's not make it difficult. That's what we do. So what you need to do is you need to get known. If I don't know you, Danielle, if I don't know you, Michael, if I don't know you, Cornell, if I don't know you, Scott, how on earth am I possibly gonna do business with you? I'm never ever gonna do business with you because I do not know you. Out of that 55,000 agents, 20,000 agents, 3,400 agents, I will never be able to do business with you. So you need to figure out, okay, if the name of the game is get known by more people for being the professional when it comes to real estate in my specific market, you need to figure out how to get known in that specific space. Use free things, use Facebook, use Twitter, use Instagram, use YouTube, use every single free platform out there. Use Snapchat, use TikTok, use Pinterest, use everything that you possibly can that's free to set up beautiful, well-written, beautiful photos, profiles, and spend 3 hours a day minimum trying to get known, commenting on other people, liking other people's photos, reaching out to people, call them. Like, just, you have to take a lot of effort. Okay, so in order to get known, set a 12-month plan. Okay, don't do a short-term plan. Set up a 12-month plan where you think about, okay, how am I going to get known in 12 months? What do I need to do every single month, and how could I reverse engineer this? So one of my mentors, Grant Cardone, I'm going to read this off to you guys because it's right in front of me right now. So just give me one quick second. I'm going to pull this open and I'm going to read it to you, okay? Because when I read this, it made me feel like trash. Okay. He's done, according to when I did this post, which is probably like, a year ago, he had at that point done 150,000 social posts. He did 96,000 tweets. He'd been featured in 1,100 articles. He's done 13,000 speaking engagements, 700 live interviews, and thousands of live streams. Who knows how many cold calls he's done. But when I read that, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, I'm trying to be a top agent here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Nobody even knows me. How am I going to get known? So those are the things that you need to think about. How are you going to be known as the go-to professional for your specific market when it comes to real estate? Because yeah, there could be 55,000 agents in Toronto, but I guarantee you that maybe, 100 of them are actually even top of mind for many clients. Because in real estate, I have to tell you this, guys, right now, it's not an 80-20 rule. It's more like a 90-10. 90% of the people that have their real estate licenses out of that 55,000 people are probably doing very, very minimal to no transaction volume at all. 10% of those people are killing it. They are scraping up everything. They're making all the money. They have the marketing budget. They have the team. They are the people that are doing the best work. So you and I, what we need to figure out is, okay, how am I going to do that for my specific market? How am I going to do that here in the Bay Area? Where there's agents that have been in the business for 30 years over here, right? They have all of the connections. They do a lot of volume. They do a lot of business. But am I going to let that stop me just because I've been in the market, for 8.5 years? No. That just means I have to work harder. That means I have to work harder than anyone else. I got to be more enthusiastic when I'm dealing with clients. I got to be more informed. I got to be more knowledgeable. I got to be able to promote myself better than the other people. That's what I have to do. That's part of my job. So, yeah.
Nice. And then a question that we just saw in the chat real quick, which talks about competition, is if you're in a listing presentation row and someone says, I want to use my part-time friend that I've known forever, how would you overcome that?
I say if your relationship with that part-time friend is just stellar and amazing, why don't that part-time friend and I team up? I have no oppositions of doing 50-50. We get to use the power of me, my brand, my market, my marketing, my advertising. And yeah, your friend happens to be, a very part-time agent that probably is going to do only one deal this entire year, but I have no issues partnering up with that person. I would rather have much more 50% of something than 100% of nothing, right? So you guys, don't be afraid to partner up with other people in your office, within your market, with other top agents in your market. There's no reason for you to leave business ever, 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 ever. Because you have to remember, the money that you make, that's what's, fueling your life and your lifestyle and your family and your kids and everything else. So don't ever be afraid just because you work at EXP to go partner with someone that works at Coldwell Banker or vice versa or whatever the case may be. Have a very, very open mind when it comes to teaming up with people to get stuff done, because collaboration is all part of our brokerage community. If you're not collaborating with other people that are agents in your community that are killing it, they're not going to want to work with you. And that's never good. When your offer comes in and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to work with Barbara. She's not collaborative. I reached out to her. She didn't want to team up with me on this deal. Now her offer is going to go to the bottom of the list.
And that's such a good point, because collaboration is such a big core value here within our EXP as well. So knowing what you know, Ro, now, in so many years that you've been doing this, what would you do differently now that you know the business?
I've shared a lot of it already. Open houses, obviously a huge target. Maybe work those very well. Collaboration. Making sure that you prioritize the things that need to be prioritized. A lot of the things that I shared so far have been, that's what I would do. If I just got into the market now, I would join a team. I wouldn't do it on my own. I would add as much value as I possibly can to that team. I would crush it on that team. I would work on that team for ages until I stand on my own 2 feet and I say, hey, I've been doing this for 5 years now. I've done 200 transactions. All right, cool. I'm ready to be on my own now. You know what I mean? There is no rushing this process, guys. If you've noticed, the top agents in any community, in any market, have been in the business for 15 plus years, 15 to 30 years. Why do you think that is? They've withstood the test of time when everybody else quit and walked away and left the business. So if you want to be the person that's going to be there at the end of 10 years, at the end of 15 years, you need to think long game, okay? Nothing here is short. This is all the long game.
Absolutely. And one of the questions I just saw here was going back to your handwritten notes. Do you mail those out, or do you door knock? Well, obviously you can't door knock now, but before, did you door knock and hand that to them?
Yeah, I would do both actually. So I wanna target them as many which ways as I possibly can. Right? So so that's what I would do. I want to share how for people to get in contact with me. So I'm going to put this here right now.
If you guys look at the main screen, I have all of Roh's social media. So go ahead and zoom in on the middle screen and go ahead and screenshot that. And I'm also going to put a PDF in the work chat right now. Save that PDF as well. It's the same thing as this, so that way you guys can follow him on his social medias. I mean, oh my gosh, I'm blown away by his YouTube. Like, go subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. It's awesome. He has all amazing gems in there as well. So let me upload that as well in here in the chat.
I have 5 minutes for Q&A, okay? Let's do 5-minute Q&A. Quick, quick, quick. I can't hear you guys, so you might have to type it in, okay? Yes, please subscribe to the YouTube. Add me on social, on Instagram. My name is Roh, R-O-H _ Habibi, Habibi. Follow me on Instagram. You guys can message me on there anytime. Least expensive and most expensive home you sold, 385,000, 31 million. How do you get on $1 million listing? Oh man, that's a long story. We'll have to talk about that offline. How often do you update your newsletter? Every single week. Every single week. Social media stuff is posted. Yes, guys, go ahead and find me on social over there. It's all posted. Where do you find content for your newsletter? I scour the internet. Scour the internet, rip off and duplicate. Make sure that you give people their credit though. Where do you find content for your newsletter? Did that. What attracted you to real estate? My mom. My mom was the reason why I got into real estate, guys. We used to watch $1 Million Listing LA and New York together, and she would tell me all the time, you could do this, you should do this, you could do this. So I finally went and got my license and I did that. What do I think about EXP? I don't know too much about it. Still learning. What platform do I use for my newsletter? I use Rizora, R-E-Z-O-R-A, Rizora. I don't have any admins right now. I only have a transaction coordinator. What is the number one thing I would do to attract agents? Just be someone that they would want to work with, man. I want to work with people that I like, right? So if people like you, Jonathan, they're going to want to work with you. Yeah, moms are the best. Moms are the best thing in the entire planet. What was I doing before real estate? I was working for JP Morgan Chase, financial planning and wealth management. I got my first client from an open house, and I closed them in 2 weeks. I got them in contract for a $385,000 tenancy in common in San Francisco. What other real estate shows do I watch? No, I don't have any TV right now. I don't have any. I don't have cable and all that type of stuff, so I don't watch any real estate shows. I haven't for a very, very long time. CRM, I use Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss. What clubs or associations should we join? For clubs and associations that you should join, you should think about who the clientele demographic is that you're trying to work with, and you have to pay to play. That's the best way to think about it, okay? If I want to work with people that are involved with the tennis club because they happen to be a lot wealthier, I need to go join the tennis club. Same thing for a golf club or a resort. Same thing for a yachting club. I don't know. Do you think about if you want to be in a motoring club, just think about where the clients are that you want to work with and go join that club. Warriors, man. Come on, John. Don't ever ask me that again, bro. Warriors all day. Do I use Trello? Yes, I do use Trello. Yep. It's a great way to keep everybody in line and keep everybody on the same page. Podcast, I use SoundCloud. So I think there's a link for my SoundCloud that Riz put on there. So please screenshot that and follow me on everything so we could stay in touch. Yeah, this has been really cool, guys. I hope I added some value in your life and said it all again for myself so I could say it out loud so it could go into my ears first. What else? Any last questions? Anything else?
Now, as a raise of hands, who found this session valuable and who's going to use these techniques? Let me see them hands.
I have to see more hands than that.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I need to see every single hand in this entire crowd.
Let's go. Let me see the hands. I want to see more hands because I'm going to keep you accountable. I'm definitely going to keep you accountable. Let's go. I need to see more hands. Let's see. Because you might be here on the stage next year, right? Sharing the gems, right?
Let's go. I look forward to seeing you guys.
Thank you so much, Ro, for taking the time seriously
Yeah,
to
right
be
on.
here with us. I know how
All
busy
right,
you are.
guys. Have a good rest of your day. Happy Friday to everybody out there. And you guys, one last thing that I'm going to leave every single person here with, including myself first, is this: 2021 is around the corner, guys. You should use the entire month of December to get ready for 2021 when it comes to your business plan, your marketing plan, your budget, your just every single thing that you could think about, your vacations that you want to take next year, where you want to go, who's going to go with you. Every single thing should be calendared, and you should really, really take a good amount of time to build your 21. Okay. So right on, guys. I'm gonna check out now. Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys. Take care.
All right. Thank you so much,
Bye,
guys.
everybody. Bye. Follow me and keep in touch with me, guys, on social. She's gonna put the link for everybody. All right, bye.
Absolutely. I'm going to put it again here. We're going to get ready for the next session here. I'm going to get off stage, so we're going to let the next session come up. But thank you so much, everyone who attended, and have a great
Great
day.
job, Riz. So
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Thank you
Thanks for
so much.
doing this. He was so good. So good.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Where's that survey?
Can we post that survey again? I know we put it like 3 times. Can we do it again?
Yeah, let's post that
Thank you, Rose.
survey because this was lit. Yeah, I definitely want to make sure that survey's filled out because this was an amazing session. He gave so much and we need him back. That was amazing.
Who wants him back? Who wants him back for how he got on the Bravo $1 million listing, right? What, you know what I mean? That's another thing.
We
Put in
need
the
more
survey.
time.
Let's go, right?
Yeah, we need like a half a day with Ro.
Like in segments, right? Like a whole Rocon for the week.
Yes. Let's do a rogue.
Rocon.
Everybody fill this out.
Fill it out, guys. We want to hear from you. If you have any questions for Ro, put it, I think, in the additional comments there. Please do that. And, we always want to make it better. So please give us feedback.
Thank you, Riz, for that wonderful presentation. They're fabulous. Thank you so much.
You guys are so welcome.